Oh yeah, welcome back to Captain Coleslaw, outdoors with yours truly. And tomorrow is October 1st, and I'm coming from work right now. I got my deer tie on because tomorrow is a glorious day for the deer hunters here in Pennsylvania because it's the opening day of archery season. So in the last episode, you saw we have some bucks pinned down. We've got some deer on property using some bedding and feed. That's on a piece of land that I own. It's a little 10-acre patch. It's not much, but the deer are frequenting it like crazy. And we're going to try to exploit that area on opening day with a very aggressive saddle hunting tactic in order to try to get it done on a buck on the first hunting opportunity of the year. There's plenty of cover, there's food, there's acorns, and there's some really green leafy foliage, as well as some really good bedding created by some timbering and brush removal that we had in this area. The plants that came back over the summer are short pioneer species, things that just kind of appear for short bursts of time, while larger species of trees and other long-term climax species of an area are rooting. So these fast-growing forbs and shrubs, they've kind of taken over the area for the time being, but in the next 5 to 10 years, this is going to be a forest again. But for right now, it is a deer sanctuary, and there's bucks moving through this area like crazy. Our goal is to get it done on a bruiser on opening day. Now, we're going to go in with a saddle so we can kind of situate ourselves exactly where we need to be with the wind. But if they do get up to feed midday, which I think there's going to be a high likeliness just because of how gross the day is, they're going to go right to the acorns 50, 60 yards from their bedding zone. So when we kind of crawl into this area, we're hoping to observe deer as well as maybe get a shot at killing one in the morning. Because if we observe one go down in bed, due to the high winds and rain, we might be able to sneak out of this area without that deer even knowing we're gone, which allows us to either creep up close onto him, or we can come back in the evening and reposition ourselves so when he does get up and get moving, hopefully he's doing it on the same safe path that he used to get to the bedding. So we'll be sitting there to intercept him when he's time to move. Fall is here. The color on the leaves is showing it. All the maples are starting to change. And before you know it, the oaks, the hickories, they'll be changing too. It's all about optimism. We've been training. We got trail cam pictures of these deer using this area all year. They're still in the area. I've seen them driving from the road in the pastures and fields that are kind of perpendicular to the place. I like our odds. It's just a matter of getting out there, taking all that shooting, our saddle setup, and all the camera pictures we've taken, applying them to the climate of the day, which we're going to have tomorrow, and hoping that a little bit of luck falls into place so we can get it done. Oh yeah, we're back. It is 4:45. Sunrise is going to be at 20 after 7, so right around 7 o'clock we can start shooting stuff. We're heading out to that high-rise thicket that we were talking about earlier in the year. That's kind of surrounded by a Christmas tree farm and low-lying hay fields, and we're going to try to get it done on a whitetail today. It looks like it's going to be steady rain all day long. Now, what I do like about that is it's going to keep us in a position where the sky is basically dark all day long. So deer movement, it's not going to be a rush at first light where you're going to be having deer underneath you and you can't see them. It should be a situation where the deer are trickling back into feeding all day long. especially in the early morning and then the early evening before the darkness. And where we're positioning ourselves is what I would like to call an observation site. In other words, we're trying to watch what the deer do, more so than actually kill one. And if we get to see some deer to the south and to the high north of us move into this area and move past us up into bedding, even if we don't get a shot, at least we'll have a strong idea of how these deer are getting back into this terrain, and that could give us a legitimate shot at killing something. I've got optimism. It's pretty cruddy out. I don't know how many other archers are going to be out on this day, but it's opening day of the season, and at this point in my life, it's hard to shake the itch, so we're going to get out here. Deer hunting is just one of those types of hunts that you can't top it. The patience, the preparation, the rewards, the drama, the stealth, it all comes together in this sort of hunting, more so than any other kind. You got to be alert of yourself and your surroundings at all times. One small mistake might not just blow a hunt for today, but it might blow an entire season's worth of opportunities in a particular spot. So there's a lot of high stakes, but quite frankly, we got other things to show you. I've thought about other spots over and over, but we're going to go for the spot where I know there's the most buck right now, and we're going to try to get it done early and effectively. So we're in the stand, time for a little update. We're locked into the saddle. We had that little buck come in, a little spike come in, bed about 40 yards from us. Not legal, didn't have any shots. In fact, I thought it was a doe most of the time. Well, that's at least promising. That deer came in above us with the wind blowing that way down the hill, exactly like we were hoping. The fact that he bedded down, though, kind of bothers me a little bit, just because I thought they'd be moving a little bit more than they are. Maybe they fed harder last night than I was giving them credit for. But one thing is for sure, it is rainy, quiet. Our wind is perfect for where we're situated. It's just a matter if we can get a larger buck to keep moving through here. It's about 8:45. So if we do get a deer moving through here, I'm pretty sure it's just going to be looking for bedding. But with the gray skies, who knows what can happen. Early season's off to a good start. It's not every day you see a buck bedded down from you on opening day archery. I don't know if I've ever had that happen. Well, we'll keep hunting here and see if anything changes up. Maybe something will get dicey in the next couple hours. Welcome back to Captain Coleslaw Outdoors with yours truly. It's October 15th, and I'm thinking today might be the day of reckoning. And we're heading out to one of the spots that we scouted pretty regularly over the summer in order to try to get it done on a whitetail buck. So last couple days we've been hunting this corn feed that's right down at the base of where all those spots that we've been scouting is located. It's kind of like a pinch point in between them all. Mainly because all those deer, as we suspect, if you look at this map of this area, they're all in those open fields and corn feeds right now, at least for another hour, hour and a half or so. And then when it starts getting light, these deer are going to be starting to head toward their bedding. That's what we're hunting today. We're creeping into one of these high point bedding spots where the deer will be coming off these bottoms, off this corn, off these fields, and will be coming back into us to rest. An added element to where we're going to hunt that makes a lot of sense in my mind is that not only do we have a large kind of herbaceous bedding area for the deer to be sleeping in, but no matter the wind, they are safe here. If the wind comes from the west, they will sit on the eastern bank so they can smell anything coming from behind them that they can't see, but they can see down the hill. And vice versa. If the wind is blowing from the east, they get on the western slope where they can look down over for danger, but if the wind is crossing the top, they can smell anything coming before it sees it, and it gives the deer the opportunity to kind of bail out of an area very quick. But this is the perfect bedding area for buck and doe, and I know there have been some nice bucks in here. We've got them on camera. We were watching them in the summer. You watched it with us, and today is the day of reckoning. We are going in to see what's happening. It's a perfect setup, at least in my brain. I've seen the deer do this time and time again on this slope and others. It's just a matter of being in the right place at the right time when the right deer walks in front of us. If we gotta shoot a doe today, you know it. If she bloweth, she goeth. But if we're patient and attentive, we should get some bucks moving through this area too, and I'm hoping we can get that done. Hopefully the whole equation comes together and gives us the right answer. First light up here in the stand. I'm a little bit upset, not gonna lie. The wind is switched on us, so it's actually coming off this ridge behind us, blowing back into the thicket in front of us, which is where those deer typically go to bed. Well, that's a little upsetting. The only good thing is it's blowing very consistently in one direction. So there's a ridge line that runs all the way through from one end back to the other direction here, and the deer are moving that ridge line because there's also, in addition to bedding, acorns out here, so there's feed as well. So I'm hoping that we get one of these deer moving up and down this ridge line during these early morning hours. It's beautiful up here. All the trees are golden, some of the leaves are starting to come down. It's a lot of maple tree. Maple is actually not a really good forage, but it does provide some back cover to us. So from behind, we have these trees kind of shading out our silhouette. So gotta quit the chitter chatter. If the deer are coming, they're gonna be coming real soon here. So here we go. Let's go. Got a doe, baby. Man, they're not big ones. They're like year and a half year olds, but they'll taste amazing. They freaking came in right downwind. Of course they came right in, but they were curious. And they got right in on top of me there. And it basically had me pinned. And before they blew and, ruined the whole hunt for me, I figured I would just take one while I had the chance. I think I hit her good. We're gonna give her some time. We'll probably recover her right out of here. About 100 yards away. She didn't even know it hit her. So I didn't hear it crash, but I watched her mosey off the other one. So we'll see what happens, but let's go. I'll take it. Yes. Whew. Maybe a buck will come by next. We found her. Let's go. She's right there. Nice. Piled up right out in the high grass. Lost her blood there for a second, but we get her. Whew. Nice doe. Nice doe. Is she the biggest one? Absolutely not. But she will taste incredible. Sometimes you gotta take what's given. An opportunity at some tenderloin back straps like this, that'll work for me. Well, it took us several hunts to get it done, but we finally got a doe down with the bow for you here. Now, when it comes to shooting does like this gal here, we have to manage their numbers. And we've been hunting them with that wind over that feed over the last couple days, and it's just been really tough for us to kind of get the job done. But 3 days in, finally got one. It's like this girl here who wanted to give it up and give us a chance to fill our freezers with some high quality meat. So, thanks for tuning in to this episode, this little doe hunt with Captain Coleslaw Outdoors. Like and subscribe. Hopefully next time, we got something a little bit bigger and a little bit more impressive, because now we can focus on some antlers. So shoot straight, stay strong, and that's it. I'm out till the next one. Let's go.